we've got a new project. New project. What is it? Is it a muscle car? Yeah. Is it a Mopar? Yeah. Is it a Dodge? Yeah. Is it a Charger? Yeah. Let's take a look at it. Welcome to Trace's Auto Works. That's me, Trace. I'm a college diesel instructor, husband, father, and I'm also a classic car enthusiast. There's nothing I like more than to work on these cars.
Ooh, it's golden inside.
It is golden inside.
When the sun flashes in here, it's gold. I see it's golden. We're rich.
Nah, buddy, we're not rich. Well, maybe. So follow along with me as I take these cars through transformations, big and small. I hope you learned something along the way. So, the trick here with our ignition system is as we are pistons coming up, all right? And then we want that spark to happen just the right time. On today's episode of Trace's Auto Works, I give to you thermal blocks. Or at least you're entertained a little bit. In today's episode, I've got 20 years of mold and rat crap coming your way. So sit back and relax, and I'm going to get to work. So, we're not going to be working on the Charger today. We're going to be revealing a new project car that I'm working on. Let me introduce you to a Dodge Charger. I literally just picked this one up about 3-4 days ago. This is a 1974 Dodge Charger SE. The 69 Charger, I had to drive about 2,500 miles to pick it up. This one was probably about 5 miles away and took me about 20 minutes to get it. So let's take a closer look at this. Again, 1974. This is the last year of this is the last of the third gen Chargers. 71 and 74 was third gen. This is the 74. So we've got a few things about after this they changed the body style and it started following along with the Chrysler Cordoba, and that just kind of lost the spark the Charger had. So talking about a couple things here. So we've got the nice bumperettes here on the front, right? Those are gonna go. Little hood emblem for the SE indicated there. Go down. Someone's put some aftermarket knockoffs of the centerline wheels, 14-inch wheels. Yeah, they're okay. I like them. I don't mind. I might swap them out. The tires are definitely bad. They're all dry rotted, so those have got to go. It's got the molding on the side. Looking at the car a little bit here. Down the side. Just peek onto the inside here. Got the full gauge package. Speedo for 120, 7,000 RPM tach, fuel, oil, temperature, charge gauge. Those are all gauges, not just lights. Air conditioning, no power doors or anything like that. Bench seat with the bucket backs, I guess you want to call it. Then there's the bench seat in the back. Got those three, I think they call them upper windows. So it's got the big window in here with just the 3 segments going through it. It's got the vinyl, the partial vinyl top on it. Nice long trunk lid on it too. Long lines. This is a big car. The classic third gen rear bumper with the taillights, dual exhaust, and some extremely hideous bumper extensions. Coming up the passenger side. Moldings, some little scrapes in the paint. The dye job is fading on the vinyl top. A little bit of damage to the passenger side of the seat. Some mold. If you guys could smell this, it smells horrible. Some mold, mildew there on the carpet. The carpet is junk. It's got to come out. Dash, not a crack in it. It is beautiful. Steering wheel's kind of funky with mold and stuff like that built up on it. Let's pan over here and see if we can get a view of the headliner. Is disgusting. Full headliner. It was good. He parked it, and mice got in there and just kind of destroyed it. So it's getting a full headliner here. That's one of the first things I'm going to farm that thing out and get that done right away. Again, if you guys could smell this, it smells horrible inside there. It smells like mice have lived in here, mouse poop and everything. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's going to get cleaned out. There'll be the segment on that, just getting this thing cleaned up and everything. Rolling forward here, the only damage to this body, you can kind of see a little bit of a dent right there. I get a kind of a perspective on that. Plenty of access on the inside. I'll try and push that out, get that straightened out best I can. That's the only damage there is. There's a little bit of rust bubbling right here, and that might just be underneath the paint and stuff like that. That is it. So look at the paint on this, you guys. The original paint was a gold paint. This has been repainted. I guess you'd call it a root beer brown, I guess. Looking at the quality of it, you can kind of see the original color coming through right here. So I'm not seeing any damage underneath. So I think this was probably a Mako paint job, just because that's kind of one of their typical colors, and just the quality of the job that was done to it. So hey, it is what it is. I'm gonna make the best of it. So take a look at that. There is not an ounce of shine on that whatsoever. I don't think there's an ounce of wax on this, or 1 square inch of wax on this entire car. It is in dire need of some touch up on this paint. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to see what we can get this to look like. Come around here. So yeah, the original color was a gold color. It's been repainted. Let's get this hood popped here. Underneath, we've got 400 4-barrel, so it's the big block. Air conditioning, power brakes, power steering, AC, and look at all that gook and grime and pine needles. There's kind of a sight of the original paint. When I get to the trunk, there's a little bit better view of that. It's still got some of that original matting on the hood. This thing runs. I drove on the car carrier and off and parked it up here. So it runs It moves. It does not run well. And again, if you guys could smell, you would smell the varnish. I got to get all that fuel out of there. I ran it in hopes of getting all the rest of that fuel burned through this. I got to get everything. So I'm sure the carburetor is all gummed up. There was. Let's see if I can get this off. Oh yeah, they're still there. Acorn shells in the air cleaner. Yeah, look at all that. Carburetor. Oh, there's a pine needle right there. Let's get that out of there. Yeah. Look at that. It is gummed up, varnished up. Pretty bad shape. Pine needles all through here. Gook and grime. Alright. I'll do a pretty elaborate video on cleaning this up. That's one of my main goals, is to let's see how good we can get this thing to look. Alright. So original 400 HP with the 4-barrel. It's got the, well, I assume it's a 727 transmission. I didn't slide in there just to look. Column shifted. Dual exhaust. It has still got the original data plate here, dash plate or whatever, or fender tag, I guess you call it. I already pulled that off. Some of that's real hard to see, but if you take it off and flip it over, look at the back side, those numbers are pristine. You know, the indent, how they stamp them in there, it's pristine on the back side. So I've already pulled that off and pulled all the codes, took a look at it. Original, it's been repainted. The interior is the original color, this gold color. Let's go ahead and take a look inside here. Doors are huge and heavy, and pins are worn out. Yeah, some more of that lovely mold down there. Yeah, it stinks. This is coming out. 87,077 miles on it. The guy that I bought it from bought it in 2000. Drove it from across town, so he drove it maybe 30, 40 miles. Parked it at his place. That's about 5 miles from me. And it sat for 19 years. Literally, he has not driven it. What a shame. So, some of the original interior. You can see some of the pattern from that upholstery. Back seat looks good. A little bit of mold and stuff right there. This all coming out. Oh, even that Christmas tree has got mold on it. Ugh. Yeah, this is all coming out and getting cleaned up. I've already talked to the guys there at the upholstery shop. When I get this all gutted and cleaned out and sanitized, it's going to those guys for a new headliner. So we'll get that going. New carpet will be on the way. I'll order that tonight. Here you can kind of see they painted the door jambs. There's a little bit of the original color. Dye job. The vinyl top was supposed to be white. Originally was white. So I think I'll do what I can with this. Re-dye it. Everything's here. There's nothing, no hard parts to find on this thing. The only dent in any of the trim is this right here. A little bit of a ding right there. So if I get bored, I'll take that off, straighten that out, touch up that stainless the sport racing mirror. I think they called it something like that. So I looked at all the options and everything and looked those up. I don't know what rear axle it's got. I think it's probably 8 1/4 rear axle. I don't know the gears. We'll find that out. Coming around here, yeah. Last registered in 2000. That's when he bought it. And then he renewed the tags once, never put them on, never drove it. Literally never drove this car, or hardly ever drove it. Yeah, we've got some funky stuff going on here in the bumper. That'll clean up. Yeah, here's a little bit better taste of that original color, original gold color. It shows up as gold as it is. Yeah, it's really a kind of definitely a gold color for sure. Spare tire. The brake booster's bad on it. The one that's on it, so you step on it, it's like stepping on a brick, and the brakes do nothing. So replacement booster there. I'll see what I can do with it. Either repair the one that's in it, or use this one or something like that. Original trunk mat jack. That doesn't look like an original jack handle. I'll take a look, see if it's still in there somewhere. Oh, what the heck is that? Is that a rear defrost? Oh yeah, a rear defrost. So it's got the blower motor underneath here for the rear defrost. I didn't even know the hose is unhooked. I suppose I'll have to chase mouse poop out of that. But yeah, you look at this, covered with mouse poop. So I'm prepared to do all the cleanup and everything, and I'll do a video on that about the proper way to do that, sanitary way to do that with getting this thing clean and protecting my health. So something left of the original dash or the jacking instructions. So there you go. The vinyl top was dyed. Again, it was original white. Just checking and everything there. What I'm going to do is I'll just see if I can just dye this. Get rid of some of that white checking. I'm not going to replace it yet. I'll talk to the guys there at the upholstery shop, see how they feel about putting a new vinyl top on this and what all that's going to take. But my goal is to get this going as fast as I can. So again, pine needles. I don't think there's 1 ounce or 1 square inch of wax on this thing, and nothing shines. It is dirty, just like when I picked it up. So my goal is to clean this up, polish it up. Let's see how good we can get this paint to look. Look down it. It is straight as straight can be. Door pins or the pin bushings are worn out for the door pins, door hinges. So I'll get those repaired. Trying to decide what I'm going to do with that wheel. Those wheels, they're 14s. I may or may not swap those out. Get some more modern wheels. Go through, make sure all the electrical's working and all that. So a whole mess of videos coming up on this one, you guys. So what does this mean? Am I going to stop working on the charger? No, I'm working on the charger all right. I'm just going to be working on the 74 charger. So I'm going to put the 69 charger, pull it out, pull the 74 charger in, get the work done on that. So here's what my goals are. I'm giving myself 2 weeks to get that interior torn out, ready to go back together, all cleaned up, deflukified, all right, tune up. It's already licensed and registered. Getting the tire situation figured out, tune it up, carburetor, change oil, service transmission, service rear axle, take a look at the brakes and wheel bearings, make this thing, all the lights and all that, make it safe to get down the road so I can make it over to the upholstery shop, get the interior, or get the headliner done on it, and then get it back, finish getting this thing back together. So bone stock is what it is right now. It's really close to that. Again, it's just been neglected. It needs a major cleaning and polishing, and so it is so close. So I'm really excited about this project. I really am. This will give me a good driver, a couple days a week to take that to work and back, put a smile on my face. After I get that done, it'll go out of the garage, the 69 Charger will come back in, and I'm going to keep going on that. So I've got plenty to do on the Charger, or the 69 Charger. A whole heap of work to do on the 74 right now, but I'm going to power through it and let's get this thing going before the summer's gone. Get it fixed, get it on the road. So appreciate you guys stopping by. We'll talk to you later.
Peace. Stop.